All right, so growth might be your focus, but don't forget about profitability. I have 7 tips I want to share with you today about establishing a profitability mindset across your company without distracting from growth, okay? And I find that a lot of times profitability is ignored with growth in mind, right? Because people feel like if we bring profitability into the way people think, then we're gonna miss out on some growth opportunities. Okay, and I don't think that's the case. I think a profitability mindset should be established from day one, if possible. Okay, so here are my 7 tips. Financial education for all. All right, so you don't need to share every last detail of the financials with every team and person in the company, but you should sit down with each of the teams and talk to them about how they fit into the financials, right? How do they fit into the P&L or balance sheet? How do we make money as a company? What costs are variable and what costs are fixed? Just give them that a little bit of a bigger picture of what's happening and why it's important, okay? By sharing some of the financial information with them. Trade hats, okay? Every employee should treat the business like it's their own. If they're asking for the company's money, they should be asking themselves one question, which is, would you spend the money if it was coming out of your own pocket and not being reimbursed, okay? Would you spend the money if it was coming out of your own pocket? Return on investment or ROI, okay? For any recurring or a significant spend, a basic ROI analysis should be performed, right? If you want to spend the company's money, then you should be able to articulate what the business gets in return, okay? Sometimes it might be negative or start off negative with the hopes of it turning into positive ROI, and sometimes you might not know. Those are okay too, but everyone should be going into this eyes wide open with the spend, right? And having ways of building expectations and monitoring them throughout the cycle, okay? Lunch and learn. So once a quarter, hold a 30 to 60 minute meeting and encourage all the employees to attend to talk about how to improve the company's profitability, right? And brainstorm and generate thoughts and ideas across teams about maybe it's new revenue streams, new product ideas, cost savings, ways to increase productivity, and so much more. Make it collaborative, and you also get that benefit of kind of the cross team building, which is great as well. Budgets, okay, nothing too formal. Keep it simple, right? But while teams are planning their goals for a quarter or for a year, they should be thinking about what they need to spend money on in order to achieve those goals. So that's a great opportunity to layer in an informal budget process, right? Where people ask for company spend, they get pre-approval on that future spend. It facilitates the planning process. And maybe it gives a team lead some new experience that they didn't have before, okay? You can start small with this one and expand, when it's appropriate. So I think it's a great tool. Tools, okay. So employee costs are going to be your biggest expense or one of your biggest expenses, okay? So you should always be encouraging your employees to think about where they spend their time and challenge them to come up with ways of improving their kind of effectiveness or efficiencies every day, right? Getting better and better every day, right? That's going to make them better and it's going to make the company better, okay? There's lots of great tools out there. Some of them are free and some of them cost a little bit of money that you should invest in or consider investing in. Research those tools and maybe implement some of them to improve that efficiency and effectiveness, because that will lead to profitability as well. And then finally, when all else fails and you have no, maybe you have no processes or systems in place, that's okay. Sometimes you got to start somewhere. Start with no if you're approving spend. So start with no and try to get people to make sure they're thinking through the spend first, right? So ask them a question or two about why they're spending the money. And if you get a good response, then maybe you say yes. If not, it's no. Come back to me with answers to these questions. It's not a place to stay long term, but short term, it's a good solution to kind of start building a foundation. Okay, so lastly, with all of this stuff, it's very important that this is embraced by everyone in the company. You can't have different people held to different standards, so the executive team can't ignore all of this. They need to be a part of this as well for everyone to kind of adopt this mindset. And that's all I have today for this topic. I hope you found it useful. I look forward to your feedback and comments, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.